Hey, Ange.
Yeah.
When does Size come out?
Next week. Why?
I'm thinking you should do a fit club with Size.
Oh, I am. When I get off the, no, I don't think anybody's getting on this call. I think people are on vacation. So if nobody signs on in like a minute, I'm going to get off. Hi guys, it's Angela. How are you? So I'm going to give another 2 minutes and see what's going on and see if anybody else jumps on the call, and then we'll get started.
Never woke up from the commercial hat.
Also, can you guys tell me if you can see my chat here on the side? I hope that you can, so that you can at least tell me what's going on. Okay, I think I only have Tara on. All right, guys, so welcome to the Team Titanium Knockouts call. It is July 8th, and we are about a week out from Summit. So I know we talked about Summit last week. I just wanted to briefly go over a couple of things. I know that there are four of us from the team going. It's me, Diana, Haley, and Deanna. And what we are planning to do when we get there is basically we're flying out Thursday morning. We will be there, and what we're going to try to do is basically just kind of give you guys a running sort of play of what's going on there. It is all 4 of ours first summit. So I think it's going to be rather interesting to see how it all shakes out, to really get a feel for, you know, what Beachbody puts on. From what I hear, it's an amazing event. So what we're going to try to do is keep you updated through the team page, but, you know, trying not to overwhelm you as well. As soon as we get back, our team call will be completely focused on what we learned at Summit, and we might have to have a couple of team calls that week just to go through everything. So we'll figure that out. But, you know, just make sure that you are, you know, plugged into the team page. You know, getting ready for Summit for us this is a huge time for us. Okay, so I've listened to a couple of calls and a couple of webinars over the last couple of days, and there's a lot going on and a lot that can actually make your business explode. Summit is one of the biggest events, and if I'm posting something, or if Diana's posting something, or if Deanna's posting, whatever, if somebody is posting something, you know, even though you're not there, doesn't mean that you can't also post about the event and create some buzz around it. So, you know, for example, if I'm going to post something like, you know, I'm at a size event, or I'm at a size workout, you know, you guys can take my, you know, you can share my post. You can take my picture, download it, and re-upload it as yours, and say, you know, I'm like so excited for my team. They're in Nashville, whatever it is. So you've got to be creative to be able to create buzz around what's going on right now. So Summit is this huge event. You have to use it to your advantage. Even if you are not going, I want to hear you guys talking about it. I want to see you guys posting about it. I want to see you guys getting excited about it. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So start thinking about it now. You're going to see a lot of Summit pictures in your newsfeed coming up. If you follow anyone that's a Beachbody coach, there's just going to be tons and tons of information and product launches and you know, surprise announcements. And that's something that you can piggyback off of, even though you're not there. Okay. The one thing I don't want you to do, and this was a tip that was given to me when I first started coaching. If you see, let's say, Melanie Mitro or Lindsay Matway or Alyssa Shoemaker, whatever her name is, post something and you love it, right? Do not share their post onto your page, okay? The reason being is if somebody is gonna go and check out whatever you're talking about, they may click into the other coach's Facebook page and say, holy crap, this girl's a 15-star diamond. I don't even know what that means, but that sounds pretty awesome. And they may reach out to Melanie Mitro. And I know for sure that she probably doesn't need any more challengers, okay? So the rule is that, you know, you can absolutely take other coaches' posts, recreate them, make them yours, find a picture or download the picture and then just re-upload it. Don't actually share their Facebook post to your timeline, because that's just additional advertising for them that you don't necessarily want to give them. Now, you can take mine and do that with me. I'm not going to take your clients, and no one on this team is, but we don't know where everybody's coming from. So my suggestion to you is find a post that you like, make it your own, upload it without sharing it to your timeline. Got it? Okay, so that's that. So the other thing is that at Summit, there will be something called the Core, and the Core is a 50,000 square foot, basically a store of all the Beachbody gear. So I read today that what is going to be there is a lot of the 21-day fix, new revamped wear and share line, you know, really nice pants and cute little shirts that I think that were released to the top coaches. The cookbook Fixate is going to be available, and the size gear is going to be available, okay? So here's the deal. You know, I'm going down there. I am absolutely willing to pick up a few items for whoever wants something. The products that are going to be there at the Core and released to us at Summit will not be available on teambeachbody.com until the fall. So this is, you know, a way to sort of kind of get ahead of everybody and, you know, have your new wear and share and be sort of ahead of the learning curve. So if anybody, you know, wants anything, or if you want me to keep an eye out for something that's really cool that I think would be, you know, a great thing for you to have, whether it's a cute little shirt or whatever it is, or even the cookbook, because I'm planning to pick up a few because I want to potentially use them as prizes. So if you want something that we can get our hands on, or something that's, you know, maybe we'll take pictures or whatever of the newest, coolest stuff. If you want something, please reach out to me, send me a message, let me know, just like, hey, Ange, keep your eye out for, you know, 21-day fix extreme gear, or I really want a size shirt, or whatever it is. And we will do our best to see if, you know, we can accommodate anybody, because I'd love to be able to take our experience and bring it back to you guys. So that's that portion of it. Okay, so that's Summit. And then the biggest, you know, thing that we should be setting ourselves up for right now is the product launch of Size, okay? Size, I don't know if you guys really understand how incredible this product is, and how insane it could literally catapult your business in the last quarter of the, you know, the last couple of months of the year. We're already in July, we're halfway through the year. We've got, you know, people falling off during the summer. This is a time where people are on vacation, where people are splurging, where people have kind of thrown in the towel and said to themselves, well, you know what, I didn't do it this summer, so whatever, I don't really care. So there's a couple of things that, you know, we really should be doing. We should always have a 5-day clean eating challenge going on. And next week, I'd like to start one on Monday, because people came off the 4th of July weekend kind of feeling crappy, and I'd like to get them into something, okay? So I'd like to get them into a 5-day clean eating challenge starting Monday, and then kind of transition them into the Size program, okay? The reason Size is so powerful is because A, it's Shaun Tate, and everything he does is amazing, and everybody loves him, and he's adorable. B, did I say one or two? I don't remember. B, it's something that your whole entire family can do, okay? So you're learning how to dance, and, you know, whether you were a dancer or not a dancer, it doesn't matter if you like to dance, you hate to dance, you're terrible, you're great, doesn't matter. He is breaking down routines in a way that anyone can do. And this is something where you can literally do with your kids. So you're not doing, burpees, and you're not doing, you're not carrying weights, and you don't need bands, you don't need anything. You just need yourself, and it's fun. So this kind of like breaks the barrier for a lot of people. So some people don't like to lift weights. Some people don't like to, do some serious hardcore burpee lunges, whatever the heck it is. This is just something really fun and really great for your body. And just like, from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's just a lot of fun. Great music, great moves, great people to look at. And a lot of people are doing it with their families. So this is a huge, huge product, guys, and it's a huge opportunity for you to reach people that you haven't been able to reach before, that will say like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try this. I might be good at dancing. It doesn't sound like exercise. I can do it. And the good thing is it actually comes with the nutrition plan and the containers. So that's huge. It's coming with the program, the workouts, the dance workouts, the nutrition plan, and the containers. So not only is it dancing, but you are going to get your nutrition plan with it and the containers, okay? So huge. Now, I'm not going to go through this because there's an entire webinar about it, and I hope that you guys will, if you haven't watched it already, go back and watch it. I watched it today. Team Eagle had their call on Monday. It was a very thorough call, and they actually, I just posted in our files, the file that they posted, okay? They talked about on Monday how to set yourself up for a product launch, okay? So now you're talking about two of the most successful coaches. They basically use this formula for every product launch. So it's what I explained to you. It's the same system that we talk about all the time, guys. It is the free clean eating challenge. Give, 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 give. Value, value, value. Show them what you've got. Show them what you do. Love them, and then convert them into challengers. So that's what I want us to do. I want us to host this free 5-day clean eating challenge, and then plug people in to start a size challenge group on the 20th. Okay, so that document has a ton of information. Team Eagle has actually broken down in that document. There is a guide for a 5-day clean eating challenge. We also have one. We did one not too long ago. Me, Tara, Judy, and oh my God, who else did it with us? Me, Tara, oh, Alyssa. Sorry, Alyssa. We have one. You can use that. You can, listen, you can use whatever you want. We just want to give you the tools to put together whatever you want to put together. So that document has a ton of stuff. The link for the webinar is in the Team Eagle page. If you can't find it, I will find it for you because I just watched it this afternoon. So basically, it is all about creating the hype about size, okay? Through the free clean eating challenge, then the challenge group. This is not rocket science. We've done this over and over again. But what I do want to talk to you about is, and this ties into the product launch. I just got off the phone, not the phone, but the call that I was invited to with Bo Eason. For those of you that don't know who Bo Eason is, he is a motivational speaker, but he was a football player, and he has an incredible story. I actually had the privilege of seeing him live when I went to Chalene Johnson's Smart Success in 2013. Or 2014, I don't even remember. My life is passing me by. But he has an incredible story about his path to becoming a pro football player. Everyone basically from when he was 3, 4, 5 years old told him that he was too small, he would never do it. I'm not going to go into this story. I'm sure you could find it somewhere on YouTube, and if they have the replay of the call, I will certainly give it to you. But his entire purpose right now is to explain to you how you can actually live your purpose, live your passion by telling your story. And this ties into the product launch. You know, I want to bring it back to you guys. I want to bring it back, and I try to do this in our team page. The more you share your story, the more you share about your life, the more you share about your struggles, and not just, I'm not talking about posting your pictures of you working out, which is awesome. But people need to connect with you, and they can't connect with you if you are not sharing who you are authentically. Okay. You know, the formula is over and over again that you should only be posting about 15% about Beachbody. You know, you don't want to be that person that is spammy, that is constantly posting, that is using ads from Beachbody, that is constantly bombarding people with wanting to sell stuff. That is not going to help your business. That is not going to help you help other people, right? So if you're constantly trying to sell something, not going to help other people. But I want you to think about this for a second. If I spot checked your Facebook page right now, what would it tell me about you? What would it tell me about you? Would it tell me that you have children? Would it tell me that you have a husband? Does it tell me that you are, struggling with a certain issue? Does it tell me how you overcame that issue? Does it tell me if you're motivational or if you're kind of negative? What does it tell me? And what does it tell me on are you consistent about it, or are you completely inconsistent? If I went on your page right now, do I have a date of July 2nd and then July 8th? Is there a 6-day gap? Because if you are not sharing 3 to 5 times a day, no one is going to see or hear your story, okay? Now, obviously, Facebook is not the only way to do this. We've gone over this 100 times. You can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, you can use personal face-to-face. It doesn't matter what medium you use. Obviously, for someone like me who's busy, who's not out there on a daily basis, talking to people because I'm sitting in an office, Facebook is where I have my client base. So for me, I need to share exactly what's going on in my life. And the reason that people eventually are attracted to me is because they've seen it over and over and over again, and they can relate to me. They're like, oh my God, yeah, my 10-month-old gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm exhausted, or whatever it is. I know all of you have. I don't know all of your stories, but I know that you have one. And for those of you that I know your story, I want other people to know what you have gone through, how you have made it, how you have survived, how you have fought tooth and nail to be where you are. Because there is somebody out there that needs to hear what you have to say. There is somebody out there that has gone through the same thing you have, that needs to hear that you are okay and that you have made it and this is how you did it, okay? So I don't care what that is. I don't care if it's financial. I don't care if it's physical. I don't care if it's a sickness. I don't care if it's your toddler getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if it's that you're working at a job that you don't like. I don't care if it's you hate your parents and you wish you had different ones. I don't care what it is. But you're the only one that knows what your story is deep, deep down. And if you're willing to share that, you will find your people. You will attract them like flies, but you have to open up your heart and you have to be willing to do that, okay? I can't tell you, I could tell you all day long how to launch, how to work a product launch, or I can, we can all find things on YouTube, but what I can't stress to you enough is how every single thing that I've listened to, every single time that I try to find, a better, faster, quicker, not easier, but a better, faster, quicker, better way, it always goes back to being personal and connecting with your audience, always. If you listen to any media expert, it's connecting to your audience, okay? People are looking for someone to look up to. They are looking for leaders. They are looking for people to help them to achieve their goals, whatever it is. So Bo Eason, the call that I was on, basically said there are 3 steps to getting your story across with passion. And I'm just going to read you here. He said, the more personal your story, the more connected your audience becomes to you. So he's, you know, he basically stressed that we have lost through this technology age the connectivity from human beings to, you know, from one human to another. So we've kind of gotten lost behind our phones and behind, you know, texting and this and that you even have to work harder if you're doing it on social media to connect to your audience. So you have to find a way, whether it's through a picture or whether it's through your words, connect to your audience. But the only way you can connect to them is if you share. So now, you know, let's go back for a second. You know, one of my pet peeves is when I see people sharing pictures or quotes, but then they're not telling you why that quote affected them. How did that affect you? Like, why did you post that? If you post a picture, why is that picture so relevant to you? How does that affect your life? You know, if you go on my page, you can get examples and you can look at some of the ones that worked really well for my audience. You know, and some things don't work. Some things don't work. So you have to keep trying and you have to keep throwing things out there and really working on them and see what your audience connects to. I mean, I posted something the other day about my moving boxes. It was the most ridiculous thing in my basement, disgusting. But the reason I posted that is because I want the people to understand that I'm working out at a TV and I'm surrounded by laundry and boxes and a disaster, a complete disaster. You know, yeah, like they only see this part where I'm working out, but I want them to see what is around me, like the chaos that's around me. And they loved it. They loved it. I got a bazillion comments. I got, you know, I don't even know how many likes, but that's because I was sitting there. I looked tired because I was. I'm sitting around a disaster. And if you read what I wrote, I didn't just post the picture. If you read what I wrote, I connected it back to why I exercise. I don't exercise because, you know, I'm a size 2 and I want to be a size 2. No, that's not why I do it. I've given up that dream of being a size 2. It's not going to happen. I do it because it keeps me sane. There's chaos around me and this brings me sanity. And my life looks like 3 kids. If you read it, 3 kids, moving, packing, full-time job, disaster. But I'm trying to remain sane. And people loved it because they can totally relate to it. They can relate to the chaos. They can relate to the daily grind. So if you don't know what to post, if you don't know how to post, there's so many different ways you can go about it. You can look at, you know, any coach that you admire, that you connect to, go look and see how they use their words. See, and, you know, listen, you're not going to copy and paste it, but you could copy and paste it and then kind of rework it and make it yours. You know, if something resonates with you, I do this all the time. I screenshot it. I keep it on my phone for inspiration. I'm not going to copy it, but I definitely use it as some sort of like springboard for me to have an idea of what I want to post about the next day or, you know, whatever it is. So you've got to be personal with your story and connect with your audience, okay? He brought up a good point. He said, you need to tell your story so that people see themselves in you. They need to be able to relate their lives to yours. So, you know, yes, when he tells his story, he's telling it with passion, but you're really brought back to a moment in your life where you felt like him. So he's talking about how his football coaches really didn't take him seriously, didn't even give him a uniform, and he kept going and going and going. And he wanted to be on this team, and they said no, and he didn't care. He still showed up every single day. So you're brought back to a point, a time in your life where you were rejected. You hear him, but you're really feeling, God, I remember feeling like that. Like I remember when I tried out for, you know, the JV tennis team and they said no, and I was crushed. Like, yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. So you've got to sort of tell your story in a way that people see themselves in you and that they relate to you that way. The second thing that he brings up is something called physicality, and I find this interesting. He's crazy, but he brings up this point that we are actually born predators, right? So we're mammals. Our job on this earth is to hunt and to survive and to protect our like offspring, right? And so he brings up moms about how, you know, don't mess with the moms. They will go out there and they'll kill you. Don't be afraid to be a predator. When you walk into a room, how are you walking into that room? Are you walking in slumped over? Are you walking in kind of like, oh, apologetic for who you are? Or are you going in there with your head held high, your shoulders back, and saying, yeah, I'm going to rock this shit? So that comes across whether you're walking into a room or whether you are taking a picture and posting it on social media. And he does make a point that you have to work harder to get that across. But be powerful. We were born to lead. We are doing this because we don't want to be mediocre. We don't want to be mediocre in our lives, in how we're living them, how we are, you know, pursuing our passions, how we are financially. We don't want to be mediocre. So get up and be a leader. Be a leader. Be powerful. Use the power that you have, especially as women. You know how fierce we are. We can get shit done with our eyes closed, with one hand tied behind our back, and giving birth in a barn. Like, we can do it. So just do it. You know how powerful we are. Just do it. You know, but again, he's hilarious. He goes, you know what I want you to do after this call? Go on YouTube and watch videos of how a cheetah attacks an impala. Okay. And he said, that's how you should actually get up in the morning and attack your day. Like a cheetah would attack and follow and kill an impala. All right. So I'm going to go do that because I'm curious, but we need to wake up with that much power and just go and attack whatever your task is for that day. Okay. And then number 3 is generosity. And he puts it in a very different way, but you know, the generosity, not giving money to charity, but sort of generosity in everything that you do, whether it's, you know, your commitment to working out. Be generous. Be generous to yourself. Like, get yourself, like, focus on what you're doing. Focus on the vision that you have. Focus on the where you want to be. He said, if you want to be great, you've got to put in the work, but you have to give all of yourself. You can't stop. You can't get to a point and say, oh, you know what? And I used to do this and I don't do this anymore. Here's my example. I would get to a point where I was like, oh, I'm so close to my goal, right? Like, I see, like, I'm just getting to like my goal. And whether it's my weight or if it's like I remember in high school, it was a test grade, and I would be like, oh, I'm just going to do enough so that I can pass with really good grades. Like, I used to get really good grades, but if I tried this much more, I would have gotten like 99s instead of like 92s. But I always just did enough, right? I always did enough to just sort of like be really good, but not great. And I've stopped that because I want to be great, and I want you guys to be great because you're great. There's greatness within you guys. So don't stop right before the magic happens. Don't stop before you get to lose that extra pound or 2 that puts you at your goal weight. Don't stop if you've gotten rejections from people that you've invited to your challenge groups. Don't stop if you keep getting sidetracked or have roadblocks, or if you're not feeling great, or if you've fallen off track. Get back, refocus, and be generous. Be generous. Give all of yourself to the task that you have at hand, okay? Because once you start doing that, it will affect all aspects of your life. You will watch, he said you will watch your income change. You will watch your relationships change. You will watch how you parent your children change. Every single aspect of your life will evolve if you do these 3 things, okay? So I want you guys to really do a couple of things. I want you to think about I want you to go look at your Facebook page or Instagram, whatever it is whatever social media you use, I don't care. Go look at it and go tell me right now, what story does it tell? Does it tell your story? Does it look anything like you, who you are behind that camera? And if it doesn't, then you need to go and think about how you can make people connect to you. Okay? I want you to go and take a hard look at what you've posted and how often you've posted. Are you posting consistently? Because I hate to tell you guys, and I know I've said this 100 times, but if you're not posting consistently 3 to 5 times a day, no one is seeing your stuff. No one. And I want you to think about it like this. How many times, right? Coca-Cola or Nike, biggest brands in America, the world, let's say. Coke, Nike. You would think that they would never have to run another commercial or another ad anywhere because they're Coke and Nike. But how many times when you're watching TV do you see them run ads? All the time, right? And here I am, right? I went out and I bought, oh, I'm sorry, I'm wearing Fila right now, but I bought Nike stuff this morning. They don't stop. They do not stop. They run their ads. They don't care if you've seen them before. They don't care if you've seen them at 9 p.m. or 9:30 or 10 o'clock or 2 in the morning. They run their ads all the, you know what? They're great. They're like the 2 greatest companies ever. Not Coke, because I don't drink Coke, but whatever. I think it's poison, but that's my own 2 cents. So if you think you're over posting, you have to get out of your own way. You have to get past that. You have to post. You have to post. And the more you post and the more you invite, the more you will grow your following, the more that you will be able to reach people, the more people you will be able to help, and the bigger your business will grow. Okay? So I want you to go look at your Facebook page or whatever social media. Tell me, what does it say about you? And I also want you to connect to your story. So if you haven't written out your story, like I know that we've done write out your why, and that's fine, but I want you to go figure out and write down and start crafting your story. And it can change, it can evolve. What I thought was my story really isn't my story, and it's kind of evolved over the last year, and that's fine. But you've got to put pen to paper. Pen to paper. It still works. Pen to paper. Go write it down. Go write it down. Do you even know your story? Do you know the story that you want to tell? Go find it. Go find it, because if you don't know it, you can't tell it. So your 2 missions, 2 assignments are: tell me what your story is, go find it, go write it, go over it, go make yourself cry over it, go make yourself be joyous that you've accomplished what you've accomplished, but I want that story on paper, okay? Once you figure that out, go look at your Facebook page and see if the 2 match. Does your story match what you're telling everyone else? Because if it doesn't, then you're not reaching the people that need you. You're not reaching the people that need to hear what you have to say and need to hear how you can help them. Okay? So that is my speech for the evening. What I wanted to tell you guys also, just some housekeeping stuff. While we're away Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, I'm sorry. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What I'm going to do is ask, maybe a couple of coaches if they want to take over the Titanium group and just post for those couple of days while we are out. I would love for you guys to do that, show your faces in there, and showcase you guys. So if we could have, either 2 that could take 2 days each, or if you guys want, to step up, we could have 4 different people take, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like I'm talking about. I would love that. You can post it on the page if you're willing to do that. I think that was my only housekeeping thing. If anybody wants to run a 5-day cleaning challenge with me starting next Monday, I'd love to do that as well. So we could do it as a group. Just let me know, because I'm going to start posting about it. All right, guys? So no team call next week, Wednesday night, because I know myself, I will be packing and still getting ready for Summit. So I'm going to take the night off so I can finish up. So stay tuned for updates from Summit, guys, and just stay plugged in and keep posting. All right. So have a good night, everyone. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out on the team page. Thanks so much. Have a good night.